Tommy might have lost one brother, but it looks like he's gaining two. There's an original power blast from the past, and Tommy and Gloria are gonna get real close real fast. What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Van coming to you again with another Power Book for Force video right here on Erica Van TV. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so that you don't miss out on any of my Power Book for Force videos. In this video, I am going to break down episode 2 from season 1. And without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about it. Okay, so this episode opens with Tommy staring at the Chicago skyline, and this is such a beautiful cinematic shot, and it just honestly, it simulates him and plotting his takeover. He decided not to leave Chicago. He is a man of his own making, his own boss. He's not going to LA, which we learned in the last episode. He's not going to be working for anybody moving forward, and he has to figure out how he's gonna make that happen. Now, while he is over, looking at the Chicago skyline, I guess imagining, manifesting, whatever he's doing, he also takes a second and he's looking at this photo of himself with Keisha. It's clear that Tommy is still grieving. He's grieving a lot. The loss of Keisha, the loss of Ghost, the loss of all the people that he has lost so far. And it's a very interesting place for him to be and starting over, because it's becoming a motivational thing for him. So it's bad because it feels bad, but it's good because it's pushing him to do more and to set up his own organization and to figure out what his life is going to look like now that he don't have those people. Now, one thing that I want to make, and this is literally just an Erica note, y'all, I don't necessarily love how he's pining behind the idea of Lakeisha being killed or like not having her anymore, because she turned state's witness. Like, I feel like that's the part that we are leaving out of the power narrative. Like, even with when Keisha came back as a ghost to Tariq and blamed Tariq for her, actually being killed by Tasha. It's like, girl, ain't nobody make you sign that letter talking about you was gonna rat on everybody and try to run. Like, you literally did that. And I feel like Keisha gets way more respect than she should, because she has always been the weakest link. From the very beginning, she was like literally the weakest link. And by her demise, she literally becomes a state's witness, but we give her so much respect, or the power universe gives her so much respect, as if she was really holding it down. It's like, girl, you weren't. Tommy, if Lakeisha was still walking this earth, you would be in prison. Can we let that sink in? But I'm gonna let you go ahead and have your feelings, sir. Go ahead, have your feelings. While he is reminiscing or ruminating or whatever he's doing about his feelings about Lakeisha, he gets a call from JP, whose bar has been shot up. And it's not something that we find out immediately, but his bar has been shot up by his son. Who knows that that's his son? This got so messy so quick, and I'm totally here for it. So we knew coming into it, I did a video on JP Gibbs, y'all. If y'all haven't checked it out, go ahead and do so. It'll be linked in the cards above, as well as the description box down below, where I really break down who JP Gibbs is, right? But we come into the series, we knew that he's a jazz musician with this bar, and he's struggling with gangs attacks on the bar. So part of it is like, I was leaning to like, oh, he's not paying the tax of whatever organization that he's, his bar falls into, because that's something that people do, or gangs would do in different sets, right? Like, if you are a business operating within the territory of a specific gang, they will put a tax on you and your business. We saw something like this happening with Tasha when she first started opening up the daycare in Brooklyn and Power, but this is something that happens, right? So I was like, okay, maybe it's because he's not actually paying the taxes, and we get that kind of clear understanding of like, he's not making a ton of money because, he's talking to Tommy about, being behind. His father's medical bills really throwing a wrench into things. Any money that he do get, he's putting on that. So he's literally just falling behind and can't catch up. And I'm like, okay, cool. But then once we see the scene with his son putting away this automatic weapon and then seeing a photo of him and his son, it's just like, oh, is this on some personal stuff? Like, are you just gonna keep shooting up daddy's bar because you feel like he left you or abandoned you? Meanwhile, your mama took you when you were 2 years old and he went to prison and he couldn't find you ever since? Or like, I'm gonna need y'all to have a conversation. Instead of shooting up the bar, I'm gonna need you to have a conversation. But it's clear that, the act against the bar was not to hurt anybody, because they shot the bar up early in the morning when nobody would be in there. So it's just, this is going to be a very interesting storyline that I think plays out, especially when it comes to family. And it's crazy how Tommy went from feeling like he's alone and feeling like he has nobody to now discovering that he has a brother, instantly getting into some family drama because he literally gives, JP some money for the bar, and then it's like, okay, I'm gonna go get some more money, I'm gonna figure it out, whatever. Now he's not all gung-ho to jump and call him brother, but Tommy takes care of his family, takes care of his people, and he does immediately feel some type of ownership over what's going on with JP. Now, when I say the second brother, because I feel like Diamond is gonna wind up being that brother, that like other brother from another. the way that Tommy and Diamond navigated their situation in this episode, it just worked. They have really, really great chemistry. It almost felt like what Tommy and Ghost felt like, except for they don't have any short form with each other yet. Like, they don't have any jokes or they don't have any little smart things that they say about each other because they don't know each other like that. But they still definitely gave that like common ground, this my brother vibe pretty much immediately. And that was a little bit freaky to watch because I'm just like, dang, how did he get so comfortable, so cool? But Diamond is fly and he is at you know what, so I guess that kind of makes sense. If y'all are new here, y'all gonna have to deal with me all season gushing over the fact that Diamond is fine and giving stoic, powerful realness, and that's a black king right there. That's it, that's all. So in this episode, the major storyline is Rojas, which is that little lumpy, raggedy, whatever inmate who was plotting on Diamond from the moment that he got out, has sent his little people to snatch up Diamond and force Diamond to do these little drug runs for him. Okay, and y'all, I just really struggle with this idea because it's like, this was your big master plan. This was how you was gonna get back at Diamond for putting you in a wheelchair when you the one came at him while y'all was both out and just happened to miss when you came at the king. It's the audacity for me. Like, this is laughable. Like, you literally want to hold this boy at gunpoint, snatch him and Tommy up, then threaten them. Tommy headbutts one of them because they're goofy. Like, you also send the most goofiest minions ever. Like, episode 1, you had the 2 tweakers. Episode 2, we got these 2 goofies who ultimately meet their demise because Tommy don't play that. But like, this was your bright plan, Rojas, of like, oh, we gonna wait till he gets settled out and then we gonna come for him. And by coming for him, you literally introduce him to all of your organization, or by proxy introduce Tommy, which I get that you didn't know who Tommy was and your people didn't know, but that lets you know exactly how dumb your people are, because they were supposed to grab Diamond, not Diamond and some little random white boy, and grabbing Diamond and some random white boy and now bringing Tommy into it. Y'all don't realize that Tommy is a whole drug kingpin on his own, and y'all literally hand him probably half of y'all's network so that he could deliver this product for y'all. And now by the end of the episode, Tommy done found his own connect. So guess what? 2 + 2 = 4. Tommy's about to take over your whole network, dummies. And you even had the audacity of kidnapping Jenard, which y'all could have probably made it out there alive had you left Jenard alone. But the fact that you kidnapped Jenard while they was mid handling y'all's mission and doing what you had to do and then shortening the timeline, it was just like, okay, so y'all really think that y'all running stuff and we're allowing you to do this? So now let me be clear. And that's why y'all ended up in that trunk, and that's why you ended up on fire. No condolences and no sympathies for you. But Rojas, I'm gonna need you to do better, bro. You're already incarcerated, and if this is the big bright plan that you have to get back at Diamond, you wind up setting your whole organization back and still not getting back at Diamond. Make it make sense. I don't know. Did y'all understand it? Let me know in the comment section down below if you understood Rojas's plan and how this was actually going to go down. Now, mind you, I don't think that this is the end of what we have seen or what we will see from Rojas. He's still going to be trying to make moves from prison and do certain things, but he basically just became a part of helping Tommy build out his new network, and I'm totally here for it. Now, there is a moment when they do take care of the mission and Diamond pays Tommy 25 stacks and they able to talk, and he's like, it looks like you eyeing my city. I saw how you was moving within, you know, each of those drops or whatever. He was like, it's gonna be a problem if I am. And there's no real clear definitive answer, but the answer is no, because Diamond pretty much immediately likes Tommy. And I want to go back to before they even go out and do all these drops, because they get snatched up after there's a little incident within the barbershop, right? Tommy pops up, he gives them back their drugs, he gives them back their money that he took from the drug thing going wrong before, and he came in to make friends, so he said. But Tommy was laying eggs, like he was putting out feelings and laying eggs for like what his whole organization gonna look like. Who can he trust, who can he not? He already did this with the Flynns. He gave them back their stuff. The Flynns told him to get out of the city. He decides not to, so he comes, he, you know, finds CBI at this barbershop and he talks to them. So in the middle of the time that Tommy is walking up, coming into the barbershop, Diamond and Jenard are going back and forth about how they should move forward with the organization. Jenard wants to be reckless. He got these 2 little young boys that want to shoot up everything, just be a bigger part of the Chicago problem and all these deaths. It's 37 shootings have happened in the last week alone, and they still trying to be on their Wild Wild West stuff. Meanwhile, Diamond's like, nah, we need more finesse, we need to be strategic, we need to think, we cannot align ourselves with people who are so reckless and who don't think. This is how you actually get in trouble. These dudes is going back and forth, and then Tommy walks right into it, right? And then he comes and he says, like, here you go, yo, the drugs that you was buying, they stepped on anyway, it's trash anyway, but here you go, you can have it. Then the young boys come in and try to press up on Tommy after Tommy, you know, does a little whoop-de-whoop with Elijah. And shout out to Jeremiah, I love seeing Jeremiah in this episode. But the young boys try to press up on Tommy, and then we get the first conflict of leadership in the CBI organization, because the young boys do not listen to Diamond when Diamond says put the guns down, don't do what you're thinking about doing, and they're like, nah, we don't listen to you, we listen to Jenard. And Jenard has a little quick moment of like, yeah, they listen to me, I run this now. And it's like, little bro, don't get your chest puffed out too much, because big bro is still an OG, let's be mindful. And then he quickly learns that, because while Jenard tells him to put the guns down, Diamond takes this as an opportunity to go and get to know Tommy better after realizing what's actually happening within this shop. And it's interesting to me because Diamond doesn't necessarily just say certain things and like live a different way, he actually like lives it. He's very stoic, he's very strategic, he's very powerful. And even in the choice to go and walk out with Tommy and go talk with Tommy, he knew that he was sending a message, he was making a more powerful statement than what Jenard thought he was doing, and being able to tell the boys to put their guns down. It's just like, it's just so much power in this king's every move and thought. Like, yes, I'm totally here for it. What I do want is for Jenard to get on board. What I do want is for Jenard to follow his big brother. And I understand that he's been in prison for 15 years and you feel like things have changed, but parts of the game don't change. And the parts of the games that you think do change, because I ain't gonna go too personal, y'all, but even going back and looking, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, right? And looking at the hood that I come from, things are completely different than how they used to be. And there's very less like abiding by certain codes and rules. And because of that, unnecessarily more people die. Like just things that shouldn't happen are constantly happening. So when people are out here, or when the younger generation is like, oh, things have changed, that don't necessarily mean it's for a good thing. It ultimately means that you're probably in more danger. You're going to get more police scrutiny. Like, y'all not out here running by any code. And that's a problem. That's not a privilege. And that's what I think we're going to start to see play out in the two brothers. And Jenard keep pushing back of like, yo, you've been in jail for 15 years. Things are different now. And it's like, well, maybe they shouldn't be that damn different, because if they're going to be this different, we all going to wind up in body bags or back in prison. Like, let's be honest. So this is what sparks off Tommy and Diamond going off to talk, and then they get snatched up by Rojas' people, and that really propels us into the rest of the episode. Also playing out in this episode, we get to see Vic popping up on Gloria because he got a key to her house, and he ain't gonna get a key back, so she need to change the locks if she don't want him in the house or whatever. Boy, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you because Gloria loves you and you love Gloria, but at the end of the day, your father don't want y'all together because she's black, and you ain't saying boo about it. So please go on. If you really love her, you gonna let her go and let her go be happy, because ain't nobody got time to be dealing with no type of racist family and or a preference focused family. However y'all want to call it, it's kind of racist, but whatever you want to call it, ain't nobody got time for that. That's not her problem. It's your problem. It's your problem that you have no backbone. It's your problem that you let your family control your life. It's your problem that you're in this state and you want to come up in here, pop up in her house, cry boo-boo, oh, I love you, we supposed to be together, let's run away together. How about you run back to your house? How about you run to your daddy's desk and tell him everything about you? Oh, you can't do that? Then you can find yourself on the other side of my door, because no. Not to mention, she just really met a real one who's going to tell anybody and everybody how he feel, what he think, and do what the hell he wants to do. That's called a man. You a little ass boy. Now please go. Like, Vic Flynn, I wanted to see it for him, y'all, but I don't. I also don't see it for Claudia either, but I have a little bit more respect for her. We're gonna see how it plays out with Little Miss Claudia. Now, one scene that is not super important for the storyline that played out in this episode, but I think it's going to be important as we move forward, is Diamond gets basically like stopped while he's already stopped by the police during one of their drops, and the police officer pulls his gun out. I need your license and registration, yada yada yada. Diamond's like, I ain't taking my hands off this wheel because I already know what this is and how y'all do. And it gets very escalated very quickly, as it typically does with black people and police officers, because of course this is Chicago's finest and a white man. Okay, great. Tommy comes out to defuse the situation, and then instantly it's familial ties, instantly it's bro and cool and okay. But the part I want to make a note about this scene is that Tommy gives his registration and his license over freely, but Tommy is supposed to be dead. So I'm wondering what is Tommy's identity that comes back squeaky clean? There's nothing on the card, there's nothing on this license, it's literally squeaky clean. So I want to know what is the identity that Tommy is using, and I guess we might not know how he got it, but I definitely think that we're going to find out soon what the identity is and who he's supposed to be. And by the end of the episode, Tommy then got this lease that he'd been driving by this place. He saw this was for a lease, and he tells the little owner, this little raggedy owner, man, go ahead and get out of here. You don't need, go buy whatever new stuff that you need. I'm gonna go ahead and take over this place. So by the end of the episode, Tommy has a place. He kind of has a girl because he double backs to Gloria, and they had a little moment while Vic is watching on like a little creep. And he goes over to handle Liliana, which they ultimately are going to become business partners. She is literally going to be the thing that helps get him a connect so that he has product. And then I think next episode, we're definitely going to see him to start to stand up his organization and build out distribution. I absolutely love the scene where Tommy came back and like showed the little shirt or scarf thing in the window at the barbershop and just basically let, you know, Jenard, Diamond, and Elijah know what it was without even saying a word. And in this episode, Tommy has sold Diamond on Tommy. They gonna be thick as thieves, and I'm very excited about it. However, I think that Tommy's gonna also cultivate another enemy in Jenard, because Jenard is gonna see how Tommy gets so much respect from Diamond, and he's gonna feel a way about it. So I could definitely see something happening later on with Vic, Flynn, and Jenard against Tommy on some goofy stuff. But you know, that's literally me just thinking about the storyline moving forward. All right, y'all, that is my breakdown for episode 2, Power Book for Force. Let me know all your thoughts, theories, and predictions in the comment section down below. What did you think of last night's episode? It is giving cinematic realness. They did not play when they said that they filmed it like a feature film. Every episode feels so grandiose and so cinematic in detail, and I absolutely loved it. It also feels very true to Tommy's character. I cannot wait to see if this is actually going to be the Jimenez that is tied to this coke that he finds at Liliana's apartment. So much there, and I know Tommy is thinking good graces that he did not actually get to go through with killing Liliana in this moment or back in the original Power. Thought it was absolutely brilliant how they brought her full circle from her being in the first episode of Power all the way to now being a major part of Tommy in the spinoff series. It's great that she did not actually wind up dying. Hopefully they don't need to kill each other or try to kill each other anymore, and they really become really great business partners. It's looking like she's going to be a lieutenant in his organization. I will have my episode 3 preview video, so be sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification so that you don't miss out when I post that video or any other Power Book for Force videos, and I will see you in the next one.